For the President Draupadi Murmu and live visuals coming in as she is now entering the Parliament complex. Those are the live visuals of President Draupadi Murmu. Remember, like I said, it's going to be the first presidential arrest from Draupadi Murmu in NDA 3.0. She will be addressing the joint sitting of the Parliament, which will be her first after the formation of the BJP-led NDA government for the third time at the centre post the Lok Sabha elections. Let me go across to Pallavi joining us with more details. We keep up with these live visuals. The President, as we speak, leaving for the Parliament from Rashtrapati Bhavan. It's going to be a significance address, first in 18th Lok Sabha. Pallavi, what are we to expect? The Aam Aadmi Party, as we speak, is staging a protest and has already announced that they're going to be boycotting the President's address.
Yeah, so very quickly, we are seeing those pictures of the President of India leaving the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and in a short time from now, she's going to be entering the precincts or the premises of the Parliament building. Of course, she's going to be received by the Prime Minister of India along with the Speaker, and that's when she's going to address the joint session. Yes, the Aam Aadmi Party, in its support for Arvind Kejriwal, has decided to boycott. That's going to invite criticism because she's not the president of only one political party. She's a president for the country, and these are constitutional positions and you have to accord them that kind of a respect. As of now, no one from the TMC and Congress party are saying that they are going to be boycotting in support of Arvind Kejriwal and for Aam Aadmi Party. But if you're going to ask me what is going to happen, well, it's going to be almost an hour-long speech by the President of India, Hindi, English, both. And basically what she does is recounts the past achievements of the Parliament and of the government, the passage of important landmark bills, the 3 criminal bills, the women empowerment bill, the women reservation bill, and so on and so forth. But more than that, she's also going to be talking and touching upon what is it that her government is thinking of, what is it that this government plans to do in the next 5 years. So this is going to be a broad outline. She's also, of course, known in her speech to touch upon important contemporary topics, and that means international relations as well, world developments, what's happening in the country. So her speech reflects the opinion and view of the government. So it will be critical to see, does she reach out to the students? Does she give a reassurance to them as far as the NEET controversy is concerned? What kind of a promise she makes as far as the economy is concerned? These are going to be important indicators coming in from her speech.
And I believe it is only after the President's address that a motion of thanks will be moved, following which we will see a discussion by the members of the Lok Sabha.
That's right. So the procedure is again very simple. The President's speech then is thrown open to a motion of thanks where the leaders of every political party are expected to stand up and give their point of view. Normally, I guess in the Lok Sabha, it will be Rahul Gandhi who's initiated it from the opposition spectrum. In Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, Derek O'Brien are the ones who are expected to speak. They usually don't end up agreeing if any claims are made by the President in her speech, which is a reflection of the government. And the response or the reply to the motion of thanks comes in lastly from the Prime Minister of India, which we're expecting only on the 3rd of July.
Okay. So all eyes on the presidential address is likely to begin anytime post 11 a.m. 11 a.m. is the time that we've learnt of so far. And like you can see, the President now headed towards the Parliament. She's left the Rashtrapati Bhavan. We've been discussing, a lot of political fireworks already being witnessed, and that's likely to continue today, Pallavi. We saw an adjournment yesterday, the kind of ruckus that broke out in the House, given the fight that was underway or was witnessed was in full public display over the emergency motion which was passed by the Lok Sabha Speaker. It was in fact taken to streets as well. It literally spilled across the national capital. We saw several voices coming in. There were those who continued to raise questions on why the BJP is digressing from the real issues, the real muddas that should be spoken of. That is going to see a continuation today.
Yes, well, morning shows the day, and today the day has begun with quite a few issues which the BJP seems to be having against the opposition. One, of course, the Sengol issue raised by the Samajwadi Party. The second is the drift within the India bloc, TMC versus the Congress Party. And even on the emergency issue also, there seems to be a difference of opinion. And also as far as the election of the speaker is concerned, those are the issues on which there has been a difference of opinion. So I think the BJP, for all you know, is actually going to reserve its comments largely inside the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and the focus going on the presidential speech. But outside, we've seen the war of words which is now taking place between the government on one side and the opposition parties on the other side. Both of them accusing each other of being fascists, fanatics. And, and the matter leads to a breakdown of communication between both the two sides, which one would have expected would perhaps be different. But we are also looking at an opposition which thinks that they are emboldened, they have the numbers. That's what Rahul Gandhi claimed yesterday. And therefore, there is one reason why they have politically, as a part of their strategy, decided that come what may, we are not going to buckle under any pressure from the BJP.
So a host of issues that could be raised by the INDI bloc. The BJP, of course, ready to counter each of those. In fact, we've already seen the BJP raise, the sort of cracks that can be seen within the opposition. There are two issues that are primarily being spoken of by the BJP. Pallavi, if you could quickly elaborate what the BJP is trying to raise and how they say that we were since day one saying that this is, an alliance of convenience and it's not going to last.
Well, I mean, during the elections we saw, for example, AAP was an ally of the Congress in Delhi but not in Punjab. In West Bengal, it was a complete breakdown of talks between the two of them, where Mamata Banerjee not only attacked the BJP, but she also accused the Congress party of being a B team of the BJP. All of that seemed to end on the first day of Parliament, where all of them were holding a copy of the Constitution, marched in together to show that, this bitterness and acrimony is now a thing of the past. But it didn't take long for them to kind of show the differences between the two of them. It first began with K. Suresh being pitted opposite Om Birla, to which the TMC said that yet again a unilateral decision. Rahul Gandhi reached out to Mamata Banerjee, but that hasn't calmed, because now there are 2 points which we saw the differences. One, of course, is on that resolution and a 2-minute silence which was being observed. On that, while the Congress was creating a little bit of an uproar and objection, SP, TMC, all of them were, of course, sitting very quietly. And second is the issue of division. That is regarding the voting of the speaker. While Abhishek Banerjee of the Trinamool went on record to say that this is what we demanded, you also had Jairam Ramesh who went on record to say that we could have asked for it, but we didn't ask. So there are two different voices within the India bloc, and as a political party, you can't blame the BJP if they want to milk this difference.
The opposition, Pallavi, also in a sense tried to give it its own spin by saying that, look, while the Prime Minister has spoken of consensus, they've really not tried to strike one. In order to ensure the same, they should have offered us the Deputy Speaker's post. And there's absolute silence in the NDA camp as far as that entire issue is concerned. That could be taken up as well.
Well, I mean, what sources in the NDA camp are saying that there's still some time on that, but I don't think the mood which is coming in from there seems to be indicating that they're going to reach out. Because first of all, there's an objection that they've raised that why you had a conditional support as far as the speaker is concerned. That's not the issue which should have been raised. Second is that the BJP has been quick to point out instances in Congress ruled states like Telangana, Karnataka also in the past, when they have, and even now, where there are no deputy speakers. So what the BJP is asking is that why do you want, there are different strokes in different areas. So basically what the BJP is doing is calling out the bluff of the Congress party and point out the hypocrisy. So I think, Christine, the indication certainly seems to be coming in is like the speaker, even the deputy speaker's post possibly could remain with the ruling regime. And of course, if push comes to shove, I think the India bloc will also be forced to have and put up a candidate. So there will be elections. And just as in the case of the speaker, the numbers were with the NDA. This time round also you can expect the numbers to remain with the with the NDA as well, as far as the deputy speaker polls are concerned.
Okay, all right. So these are live visuals coming in. The president, remember, addressed this joint session of the parliament at the beginning of the session after Lok Sabha elections, and that's Live visual set coming in.
फिलहाल
Let's cut
इन
across.
तस्वीरों में आप देख सकते हैं राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू की धीरे धीरे लगातार आगे बढ़ रही हैं नए संसद परिसर की तरफ। अपने आप में काफी मनमोहक ये तस्वीरें और खासतौर से जिस तरीके से जो मौसम है वो भी आज खुशगवार नजर आ रहा है। हालांकि जो देश की जनता है उनको इंतजार भी था कि राष्ट्रपति जब राष्ट्रपति भवन से प्रस्थान करेंगी तो क्या वो शाही बग्गी में नजर आएंगी, लेकिन मौसम जिस तरह का है उसके चलते फिलहाल इन तस्वीरों में हम देख सकते हैं राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू का जो कारवां है वो लगातार आगे बढ़ते हुए नए संसद भवन की तरफ। साथ ही राष्ट्रपति के घुड़सवार रक्षक जो कि भारतीय सेना की सबसे पुरानी रेजिमेंट, और ये तस्वीरों में आप देख सकते हैं अब से कुछ देर बाद अभिभाषण होगा उनका, यानी जो संयुक्त बैठक है वो होगी। फिलहाल परिसर में यहां पहुंचते हुए राष्ट्रपति का ये कारवां। इन तस्वीरों में आप देख सकते हैं
हमारे लोकतंत्र को और भी मजबूत करती हुई, विहंगम करती हुई और बताती हुई कि भारत का लोकतंत्र विश्व में सर्वश्रेष्ठ है। ये सुंदर नज़ारा राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू के कारवां का, राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू का वाहन, इसी वाहन में बैठकर राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू संसद भवन पहुंचती हुई। आज राजधानी दिल्ली में सुंदर ठंडी हवाएं चलती हुई और ये उपराष्ट्रपति, प्रधानमंत्री दोनों एक दूसरे को अभिवादन करते हुए, संसदीय कार्य मंत्री किरेन रिजिजू भी वहां पर उपस्थित हैं। ये सभी राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू का स्वागत करेंगे। उनकी आगवानी करेंगे और सदन के भीतर ले जाएंगे। घोड़ों की सुमधुर टाप के मध्य राष्ट्रपति का वाहन संसद भवन में प्रवेश करता हुआ ये वो वाहन जिसमें राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू हैं और ये वाहन पूरे लाव लश्कर और कारवां के साथ संसद भवन पहुंचता हुआ। संसद भवन के मुख्य गेट पर प्रधानमंत्री, उपराष्ट्रपति, संसदीय कार्य मंत्री उपस्थित हैं। राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू के स्वागत के लिए संसद भवन परिसर के ये दृश्य हैं। राष्ट्रपति का कारवां आगे बढ़ता हुआ मुख्य द्वार पर पहुंचेगा। मुख्य द्वार पर प्रधानमंत्री, उपराष्ट्रपति, संसदीय कार्य मंत्री उपस्थित हैं राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू के स्वागत के लिए। अठारहवीं लोकसभा में पहला अभिभाषण राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू का अब से कुछ ही क्षणों बाद होने वाला है। राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू का कारवां संसद भवन परिसर में आगे बढ़ता हुआ और मुख्य द्वार की ओर अग्रसर। ये राष्ट्रपति का वाहन द्वार पर पहुंचता हुआ, जहां पर उपराष्ट्रपति राष्ट्रपति की अगवानी के लिए वहां पर उपस्थित हैं। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी वहां पर उपस्थित हैं। संसदीय कार्य मंत्री भी वहां पर मौजूद हैं और ये राष्ट्रपति का वाहन पहुंच गया है संसद भवन के द्वार। सीधी तस्वीरें आप देख सकते हैं। संसद भवन के गज द्वार से सीधी तस्वीरें अपने टेलीविजन स्क्रीन पर संसद टीवी के माध्यम से राष्ट्रपति पहुंच गई हैं। उपराष्ट्रपति प्रधानमंत्री वहां पर मौजूद हैं। संसदीय कार्य मंत्री किरण रिजिजू भी वहां पर मौजूद हैं।